Okay, I will be right back. Whoops.
Hello and welcome to Yoda Soda Creations, the podcast. Girlfriends, show which time the business of movies, TV, and recent.
And play. Yeah, so,
Basically, pre-show kind of.
Okay, so...
Basically, pre-show.
I'm doing another art stream. It's been a while. Things have been kind of busy at the apartment. Pre-show is a bit longer than usual. Use of the art tablet I picked up several months ago. Yeah, as you can see, I'm... Yeah, longer than usual thing we were watching, plus, yeah, I probably should have put the file through Handbrake to cut down the file size, because Google Drive was still kind of processing there for a while. But we got everything all worked out, and
Yeah.
it's all good.
Thank you.
But yeah.
And then, of course, technical issues.
Yeah. Ended up switching earbuds, because, like, the thing we were watching was like an hour and a half long, and we usually go for a couple hours, and I wanted to make sure that the earbuds I was using were going to last long enough, so I decided to switch. But then they kept trying to reconnect. So, yeah. But everything seems to be all worked out now. Hopefully no more issues. Ugh. So, I had the week off this week. And, okay, admittedly didn't do as much as I would have hoped. Partly due to allergies, because, ooh boy, pollen season kicked in early. Also, it's been kind of hot. I actually have my fan running right now. But today I was finally able to get the art tablet hooked up and everything set up, and actually sat down and did an art stream to make my new channel logo, which is what's being shown currently on stream right now. And yeah, surprisingly, it only took me about an hour. I was expecting like 2 hours minimum, but hey, who knows? I mean, like, I guess I art quickly. Yeah, I was fairly satisfied with the end product, which he will be seeing near at the end. But yeah, so I'm planning on working that into the brand new intros for the channel, like one intro for gaming, one intro for snack stuff, and all that fun stuff. I was actually working on the gaming intro during the pre-show part a bit, but then I got to a point where it's like, okay, I need a still frame from this section, so I need to open up the video for that. But I'm currently watching a video, and if I tried to open up a new video, it interrupt the video I'm currently watching. So yeah, that ended my progress there. Although I may end up doing something a bit different. It's like I try to hold dim lighting with lit up arcade screens kind of thing, but I'm thinking I may end up using that for like an outro, and then having it zooming back to the more dimly lit arcade area, and then have the lights fully dim out. That actually sounds pretty cool. But yeah, other than that, I got some new screws for my computer hard drives, because yeah, I only had 4 screws for 2 hard drives, and they were kind of buzzing a bit. They still buzz a little bit now, but it doesn't seem quite as bad. Uh, also, I have only one more episode of Snack React to record before I'm done with the season. Which is not to say that I'm out of stuff to react to, just I don't need to be in a hurry anymore. Ooh, also, so a slight change of schedule for next month. Turns out I'm also working next Saturday as well. Yeah, apparently someone's having their 100th birthday party. So, yeah, Sunday 2 weeks in a row, and then the following Sunday I'll be working. So, I think that's how the schedule works out. Yeah, Saturday. Sunday would be Easter, I believe. Yeah, that checks out. Yeah, so just heads up there. Yeah, I guess we got into a new thing at work where they're actually texting everyone the weekly schedule now, or like the next week's schedule. Like, okay, I can work with this. Like, this is good. I like this. But yeah, that was a bit of a surprise when I got that one. Like, oh, another day of work. I mean, to be fair, I kind of needed the extra money since, well, again, this week I had the whole week off, so not making money those days. Though I did go in on not was it Monday or Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday for CPR and a the shocky pads, that certification training. So I can do CPR and use the shocky pads. I forgot the proper name of them, but you know what I mean. But yeah, went in for that, got in like 2.5 hours, so that partly made up for it. But yeah, the rest of the week was just heat and allergies. And the Costco trip yesterday because I was out of allergy medicine. And rice. Hey, 25 pound bag of rice. That'll keep me stocked up for the next half year. But yeah, yeah, that's I think everything that was going on with me this week. I also did my mobile game thing and actually got surprisingly lucky with my pulls and came in under budget. Woo! So yeah, hopefully that luck continues. But yeah, that's basically, I think, everything. But yeah, once I get the new intros done, I can get back to actually recording stuff. Anyway, so how was your week?
A couple of races went by. I will go into those details later.
Oh, no wonder I was in some sound. I forgot to mute the video. Uh, Also, side note, that video will be going up on my YouTube channel sooner rather than later, since it's
Okay.
little editing needed, and it'll be relevant soon enough. Anyway,
Well, now that's one less thing to worry about. Kind of again, though. My dad and I were going back and forth on some memories of last week's escapade. Sleep has thankfully shifted a bit, though not close enough to press. They're not quite preference yet. Following last week.
okay.
last 2 days from back from, of course, as already, already mentioned, differences for last week.
Hmm? Mm-hmm.
Soon to be taking care of certain reality things, usually taken care of around this time.
Yep.
Had to work around a few other setbacks today, but managed.
Okay.
So yeah, sounds like both of us were slightly more relaxed this time around.
Yeah. So, the thing we watched this time around was rather interesting. Also, kind of old, so. And if you're wondering how old it is, yeah, late 50s. Or if you wanted to know how old it was without actually looking at the date, it has a young Sean Connery. Like, yeah, that's pretty old. But yeah, Darby O'Gill and the Little People. Pretty fun. So basic premise is Darby O'Gill and his daughter Katie basically live in this village, taking care of Lord's estate, and tries to catch some leprechauns. And unfortunately, I guess the Lord thought, like, he's getting kind of old. I should get a new young guy in to do the work. And yeah, said young new guy is Michael McBride, played by Sean Connery. Yeah, Darby, not too big a fan of this decision, and basically it's like, can you not tell Katie that I'll tell her myself, like, just don't worry about it. I'll yeah. Like, and he's like, yeah, I guess. So, Darby goes to do his own thing and tries chasing after the Lord's horse. That, you know, I swear that horse is just trouble. But yeah, he falls into a well and is captured by Brian, king of the leprechauns. Or little people, whatever. You get the idea. But yeah. But yeah, I guess they've known each other for a while there. Like, Darby tells stories about the leprechauns and all that stuff. And yeah, way back when he tried to get three, he tried getting wishes, but ended up making a fourth, which cancels out the other three. Or like, you get, oh, 4 wishes? Too bad, you get nothing. But yeah, Brian's like, you know, you don't want to tell Katie the news. That's fine. I'll help you with that. I'm kidnapping you. It's like, Brian, your definition of help could use a bit of work. Although I got the feeling that probably in their off time, Brian and Darby are like really chill drinking buddies. It's like when they got nothing better to do, they'll just sit down and throw back a pint or two. But yeah, Darby, not too big a fan of this. Like, yeah, I didn't want to tell her, but that doesn't mean I want that I wanted out of her life. So, yeah, he does a little bit of trickery with the Stradivarius and gets them to leave the mountain. And he escapes. He tried to take some gold and jewels, but yeah, there was a hole in his pocket and it all fell out. So yeah, everything's all good, but Brian confronts him, but Darby was expecting this. So it's like, you know what? I have this alcohol. I bet it's not good enough for you. It's like, yeah, you being king and all. It's like, yeah. But Brian's like, oh, yeah, you know what? We're gonna be spending plenty of time together. Let me have a cup. And it's like, okay, not bad. No, we don't have to go yet. It's fine. Sit down. Have a cup yourself. And then get into a whole thing of a wishing song where you make up verses, and yeah, Brian gets really drunk because it's like normal people cups. Well, not a proper cup, like what's it called? Yeah, like those thermos cups, about that size. But don't forget, he's a leprechaun. He has a small body size, so the liquor to body weight ratio is kind of skewed against him. But yeah, they drink the night away. And oops, it's daytime now, and leprechaun magic it is like doesn't work during the day. And it's like, oh no, I can't get out. Hey, can you open the door? I don't know. Oh hey, cat. You're hungry? There's a little snack. Long story short, oh crap, I'm falling back into old habit. I realize that I'm doing the whole recap thing. Like, I apologize. Like, but long story short, it's like, okay, fine, you can have 3 wishes. So, of course, Darby's like, okay, fine. First wish, you stay here until I make the other 2 wishes. This is more difficult than it seems, because like, what's keeping him there? Oh, this bag. This bag is keeping him there. Okay. Although, as smart as Darby is, I don't think he thought of the thing of the whole thing of once it turns nighttime, he'll have his magic again. Which comes into play later when Michael, doing the whole keeping people from poaching stuff on the Lord's land, catches Darby with the bag, and he only sees a bunny. And then tricks Darby into using the second wish to make him visible to Michael, but he was already invisible to Michael as a bunny. So far, 2 for 2 for kind of useless wishes. Because as we see later, when Brian gets out of the bag, he runs off. So the only thing keeping him there was really the bag, and he could see Michael could see Darby anyway. So, but I guess Brian could see Brian. But I guess that I don't know. Maybe Brian thought that was kind of a cheap use of a wish anyway. And it's like, okay. You want your third? I want you like. Okay, I want you to make your 3rd wish, but Darby wants something that'll make his daughter happy. But it's like gold won't do that, and other stuff won't do that. Like, and like, okay, how about trying to hook her and Michael together? It's like, okay. And Brian's like, I suppose I could help with that. Sure, if it'll make you make your wish sooner. Also, there's this other guy named Pony. He's kind of a dick. And his mom tells Katie about the forced retirement, and that causes them all to kind of fight a bit, and then the horse gets loose again, and she suddenly comes down with a deadly fever over the course of like maybe 1 or 2 hours. Like, although, Darby did say, not Darby. I keep saying Darby when I mean Brian. Brian did mention that like he was like the one on the mountain keeping things in order, and that like the guys left there would like would go after Darby. So it's like, eh, maybe leprechaun induced magic deadly fever. I don't know. That and the whole romance between Katie and Michael just seemed kind of rushed. Because like they've literally known each other for like 2-3 days.
I do remember them being slightly aware of that fact.
Yeah. Honestly, this movie really could have used a time skip. Like, maybe make it so Darby isn't getting kicked out so quickly, but like maybe like in a month or two, and Michael's there to kind of get accustomed to the job there. That could have maybe worked out a little bit better. I don't know. Oh, there was this nice scene in where like before the confrontation with Katie, he basically announced to everyone like, "Okay, I'm gonna be making my third wish." Now if that took place nowadays, he'd be doing like a whole Twitch stream that like, okay, thank you so and so for subscribing. Thank you for and thank you for following. Okay, everyone, if I get 500 subscribers, I'll make my wish live on stream. But yeah, he goes on like he's kind of thinking about his wish because like he points out like, well, someone suggests he wishes for a huge house, but Darby points out, okay, who would manage it? People to work in the said house, but you didn't wish for that or the money to pay them. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah. Darby is smart. He actually thought this through. Like, and that's like, why not wish for happiness? But you have to like balance the good and the bad in life, and that really the happiest person you know would be the village idiot. So it's like, okay, Darby, he's thought about this. But yeah, back to the plot. Oh yeah, the pony guy is like, you know what? I'll take Michael's job for myself and Katie. So he whacks Michael over the head, plants him in front of the Lord's place with a bottle of alcohol, and poured some on Michael as well. Also, he tried to get Katie to go with him after a dance earlier, but yeah, no one likes this guy, except I guess his mom. But yeah, so oh no, Katie's gonna die, and a banshee shows up and summons the death coach. Darby tries to get Brian to like get it to go away, but yeah, sorry, it only leaves when it has someone inside. So Darby wishes to take Katie's place. Darby's kind of sad, but like, as long as she lives, it'll be fine. And Brian shows up, like, you know, I could use the company, and I wish I could go with you. And Darby's like, I wish you'd get on with me too. And Brian's like, haha, fourth wish. and he gets kicked out of the coach. And the Dullahan driving the whole thing is like, well, not actually, but it's like, curse you leprechauns! But yeah, Katie makes a full recovery, and later Michael punches out Pony, and he and Katie fall in love, and Darby's fine with this, and pretty good. Yeah, my only major issues with it is the Stradivarius scene kind of drags on a bit. Like, I swear that thing that goes on for like a good at least 5 minutes. That and the whole things happening really quickly thing that I mentioned. Like I said, the whole romance thing could be fixed by having him there for like maybe a month or two beforehand, and having them like, you know, be around each other longer. As for the sickness, maybe have it so, I don't know, Katie's feeling a little under the weather that day, and having her go out like that just exacerbate makes the condition worse. In small, simple fixes that maybe would have helped it work a little bit better. Also, as a side note, in the bar fight scene at the end with Michael and Pony, is it wrong that I was mentally substituting the music with that of the iconic Star Trek fight music? Uh, yeah, pretty good film. If with a couple fixable flaws. Like, the characters were fairly likable, except Pony. Pony's a dick, and like, hell, Brian. Brian seems like a pretty chill dude, even if his definition of help again could use a bit of work. Like, he clearly cares about Darby. Like, oh no, oh. You have to tell Katie that you lost your job. Don't worry. I can help you with that. Yoink! And the whole tricking him into making a fourth wish to get out of the death coach. Like, yeah. Definitely a chill dude. Darby was fun too. Like, spreading the tales of the leprechauns or little people or whatever. And like, he clearly cares about his family. And just can't just can't bear thinking about having to tell Katie that they're being kicked out. But at the same time, willing to sacrifice his own life just to make sure she's okay. Michael. I mean, he is kind of hesitant into about not telling in Katie, but like, and mind you, it was kind of after whisperings from Brian, but while they were sleeping, but it does kind of care about Katie. Yeah, care about Katie. But again, a little bit rushed. Yeah, those were like the four major characters. But yeah, it was pretty. It was fun. Okay, we can do one of that.
Probably does have a bit of a support though, because like a lot, like a lot of people have, like a lot of people have a tendency to tell stories and things like that. Tell stories and things like that that feel like, well, self-inserts. There's always going to be that one side that's like, right.
Fair enough.
Not saying that as a likability increase, just that it's based off, just that the settings have occurred.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely recommend watching this. If you could find a copy. Oh, it's on it's on Prime Video. Cool, cool. And DVD, nice.
And of course, it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah. If I had realized that, I could have just used that version. Yeah, so we were using a version on archive.org, and it was a VHS rip. So yeah, kind of grainy and all that stuff, and yeah.
VHS TV rip to be precise, which naturally had some cuts in it, but thankfully didn't ruin too much, except for one particular part. First time Sean's character was singing.
Right.
we still got the song, thankfully. So there's been worse TV cuts.
Yeah.
With recording parts, it's easy to forget that love is unpredict- unpredictable. Sometimes some people be denial in front, but in secret they'll like be worrying about it, or it could be the other way around.
Right.
Not to discredit the critique again, as it would have felt a bit, but just a reminder that relationships tend to have a people react to relationships in interesting ways.
Right.
I actually enjoyed the violence scene. Sometimes there were there were times during it where if this was if I was just watching this by myself, I would get up and dance along with them.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, good movie.
Safe to say the best effects are with the little people. Safe to say the best effects are with the little people.
Yeah.
acting works, especially for the classic, especially in the realms of classic Disney, which I am quite familiar with. So
Yeah.
certain things I pick up. Interesting fact. Searching YouTube well enough, and you might actually find the great great nephew of Darby's actor Alan Burt Sharp.
Hmm. Okay.
Kind of wish I could have remembered Darby after all this. Because it's not quite clear as to whether he still has to go elsewhere or can live with an extra head under his roof.
Right.
Other than that, it's classic Disney writing. You get merriness. There's a few dark moments at times.
Yeah.
Another one of those leave with a smile on your face kind of products.
Yeah.
Also, thankfully, in an age where sensitivities could easily be a thing. Thankfully, from what I'm seeing, the Irish aren't exactly offended.
Yeah.
As such, I don't suspect any warnings if he'll find this on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
A few amazing things credit-wise. It's amazing. It's amazing. Lord Fitzpatrick's actor apparently shares the same first part of his last name.
Oh.
And the director of this, no relation to Treasure Planet author or designer of the rockets in the UK.
Right. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's dig into some of the news. A new Witcher game is in the works, and it'll be built on Unreal Engine 5. So, okay. Never actually played any of the Witcher games, but I hear they're good. Oh. A Charlotte's Web remake is in the works at HBO Max. the series will release in 20 a series. Ah, it'll release in 2024.
That'll be the third attempt to my knowledge. Previous one, the live action movie. I haven't seen it yet, but I do hear it performed pretty decently. So
I forgot there was a live action version. Of course, everyone remembers the animated classic version.
yeah,
That one was good. But apparently it's gonna be a series.
if I remember correctly, the original book was a children's novel, and if they're doing it one episode covering a chapter.
Huh. I guess. Seems like it would kind of drag on a bit, though.
Well, I'm sure there's the occasional book person who will slightly knock down previous adaptations for cutting out some things.
Fair enough, I guess. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has been delayed to spring 2023. So, what, this is yet another delay?
A bit surprised that's the only one I managed to come across this time around.
Huh. So, apparently a new live-action Voltron movie's in the works with Ross and Marshall Thurber directing. Huh. Okay. We'll see how that goes. So, apparently Tom Cruise is, yeah, apparently he wouldn't allow Paramount to develop a Mission Impossible spin-off TV series, and apparently lawyered up after being told that MI7 would only be in theaters for 45 days. Yeah, sounds like that sounds like it's fun working with him. Apparently, there's a new look at Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, which uh, I guess is just the prequel and original trilogy Star Wars Lego games, plus some sequel saga Lego Star Wars.
There's a few funny bits if you watch the trailer through. One partic- one thing one of them I caught was Kylo activation only for it to fizzle out. And what I think are the kyber crystals that got spat out.
Huh.
I thought that was a little amusing.
Yeah, fair enough. So for everyone, for all those people playing GTA Online, Rockstar's announced GTA Plus, a membership service. Yeah, I'm sure this will go over well. Like, what does that even include? Let me check the tweet. Okay. GTA money. Let's, early access to a thing, an auto shop, waived fee for car meet membership, free yacht upgrade, some shirts and shorts, some free paints, and some modifiers on things you gain in game. Eh. I don't know.
Going back to Witcher, I do believe it's a tie of sorts towards the Netflix series, which in itself I think is a sequel to Hunger Games. So
Okay.
I'm sure Martin Fence would like a crack at that.
Yeah. So, there was a 30-second clip released for My Little Pony Tell Your Tale, and okay, need to get a little bit used to the art style, but so far looks decent. Mind you, this is the YouTube series and not the Netflix one. So I haven't really seen anything for that one yet. Wait, what?
There's a time though for it to launch next month, so may see if I can intertwine that with plans.
Okay, I've just learned of a more recent Transformers series, Transformers Bots. Apparently, 3 clips were posted. Bots. What the hell kind of name is that's lazy naming on Power Rangers Super Mega Force. It just sounds dumb.
My apologies, it was the best I could dig up.
No, nothing on bad on your end. And it's like bots. I mean, hell, at least Power Rangers had the excuse of them always adding super prefix to whatever the season name is for season 2. Anyway, so
Not to mention, Toei, of course, was instrumental in getting us introduced.
yeah. So Activision Blizzard is in deep shit again. Yeah, yet another sexual harassment lawsuit. Yeah, Microsoft has their work cut out for them. So, according to Oscar Isaac, the Metal Gear Solid movie is still alive. Well, that's good. Like, that is a video game based movie I could see doing decently. Because I mean, hell, the Metal Gear Solid games are already basically movies as it is.
I honestly couldn't remember the last time I came across something like this.
I mean, hell, I would probably accept it if they just took if they just redid the game's cutscenes in HD and filmed like live action fight sequences in between. Like, hell, I'd take that. uh,
My only question is how Isaac's involved. I'm honestly, I couldn't see him as a first choice for Snake.
yeah. Let me check something. Eh, maybe. Well, we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see.
Then again, there was Tom Hanks with Saving Mr. Banks, so anything's possible, I guess.
Yeah. Speaking of Hideo Kojima, the Death Stranded director's cut is coming to PC next week. Or is it that? Or is it? Okay, that was March 24th. It is March 26th. So yes, it is still next week, March 30th to be precise. So I guess if you enjoyed Hideo Kojima's walking simulator, you'll be in luck. Note, I've never actually played the game. I've just heard the jokes about the game. Apparently, Studio Shaft is working on a new Ruby TV anime titled Ruby Ice Queendom. Okay, cool. Ice. That was unintentional, but fair enough. Okay. Yeah. Sounds nice. Uh, the second Sword Art Online progressive anime film is opening this fall. Now, for those who don't know what Sword Art Online progressive is, basically, so if you know the original series, the the first arc, it was kind of condensed. That's because it was told over like the series of two light novels. So basically, later on, the guy who wrote the story, he basically went, it's like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm gonna fill out all those missing chunks of time because there were some time skips involved, and yeah, tell all those stories. So basically, the progressive series is basically filling in all those gaps in the timeline. Which, okay, that's cool. The world of Avatar: The Last Airbender is continuing in a new novel titled The Dawn of Yang Chen by F.C. Yi. It'll be hitting in shelves on July 19th. There's been some series renewals listed for I believe it was the CW. I think. Don't quote me on that. I don't really keep track of that channel, but that's the one that has Riverdale, Superman and Lois, and The Flash, right? I vaguely remember that channel having all like the DC stuff. I think.
Likelihood. The only thing I haven't checked the list for is Supergirl, though. Could have missed something.
Okay. So Netflix will be releasing their first-person shooter game later this month titled Into the Dead 2 Unleashed. Was there an Into the Dead 1? Uh, I never heard of it before. Uh, I guess it's a mobile game. I still say that Netflix should get into A, visual novels, and B, you know those FMV games from way back when? That kind of thing would probably work for Netflix. So, apparently the first teaser for Avatar 2 will debut in front of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Sure, I guess. Sorry if I'm not too hyped about it, but eh. Wait, huh?
Teaser to correct you.
What? That's the wrong Twitter clip. Is this one? So apparently Riverdale has returned from a 4-month hiatus after its multiverse story with the reveal that Archie and Betty now have superpowers. I'm just waiting for the reveal that it takes place in their DCEE television multiverse. Like, come on, guys, you know you want to. Seriously though, it sounds like they're just making stuff up at this point. Like, oh well, now they have superpowers. Like, I mean, I know. I guess suppose the Riverdale's been Riverdale's been kind of off the rails for a while now, but honestly, it feels like the only reason why it keeps getting renewed is people keep watching just to see what batshit insane stuff they come up with this time.
Was going to remind you of it. Was going to remind you that Archie's an independent publisher, but then I remembered. Oh yeah, they've appeared on occasion in some DC stuff. If in some infamous cases, Tiny Computer Whiz kids.
Yeah. Although if Riverdale was going to cross over with anything, it would be Marvel, as seen in the Archie Punisher crossover. So, apparently, an untitled sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong will begin filming in Australia later this year. Like, okay, fair enough. The first one was popular enough. Hold on a moment. You're right back. Okay, I'm back.
With my renewed interest in Australian Rail, I hope something there makes a cameo, possibly 3801, possibly. We'll see.
So apparently there's going to be a new Ghostbusters video game titled Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, releasing in Q4 of 2022. Hmm. Yeah, take a look at the video of it. Okay. Looks decent enough. Oh, I like this one. So, Oscar Isaac spoke out on Florida's Don't Say Gay bill. He had this to say, quote, I guess my comment would be, gay, 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 gay. I hope that Disney as a company comes out as forcefully as possible against the idea. It's like, uh, that was a good one.
Going back to Riverdale, you'll be getting a seventh season.
Hmm.
Getting something back onto that. Getting something back onto Oscar's response. Raven Simone joined the Disney walkout over the bill. Warner's 100th anniversary logo was unveiled.
Not bad. know a project is in the works at Marvel. Sabir Pirzada will write the script. It's reportedly likely to be a limited series on Disney Plus.
It was interesting coming across that. There were two tweets. First one had presentation undecided. The second had the limited series likelihood.
Right.
Misha Collins cast as Harvey Dent in Gotham Knights for CW.
Hmm.
My question is how they will render Two-Face, because nothing quite tops Nolan's interpretation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thor 24 to celebrate 60th anniversary of the character and 750 issues.
Yay.
New Loki story from the team behind Agent of Asgard.
Nice.
Photos of the new Caltrain electric sets are merging.
Hmm. Okay.
$20 million settlement reached with Durango Submarine after 416 fire.
Oof.
It's a sign of hope, honestly. They'd been in trouble for since earlier this year, actually.
Ah.
Everett Railroad in Pennsylvania not only purchased former Fillmore Western cars, but also converted their steam locomotive to oil.
Hmm.
Getting back to Australia, R766 had a successful relaunch with the picnic train on standard gauge.
Nice.
Charity rates were accrued to Windsor planned to mark Platinum Jubilee.
Hmm.
Getting back to that clip, from what I heard from a vocal standpoint, they're mostly good.
Yeah.
Had some more concepts released from character designer.
Hmm.
Next month's issue of the European magazine will get a Pip figure.
Cool.
Sim-style game seeking programmers. I can't quite make out the preceding.
Ah.
New library of vehicles being prepared for delivery to Sun Transit. Hopefully I'll be seeing those in person eventually. Stellar Tuxer as Jack Torrance in a West End stage adaptation of The Shining.
Cool.
William Byron, One Night in Atlanta, which had been recently repaved. There were two Mustangs in the top tens.
Hmm.
Newgarden won the IndyCar Texas race. Also, Jimmy Johnson's first ever top 10 in IndyCar. So good to see he's improving.
Yeah. So there's been some Destiny 2 copyright strikes hitting both high-profile creators and Bungie. Because, of course,
I'll leave it short this time around, but condolences this week going out to friends, family of Taylor Hawkins, Foo Fighters, Jill Stein, NHL President, 92-93. Zipping, 4 times Sandown winner, Australia. Grindstone, 96, Kentucky Derby winner. Ryan Wheatsell, apologies for mistranslation. Swedish racing driver. Then, of course, the ever-mounting list of victims of a certain crisis. Which, again, we won't go into.
Yeah, that was fun.
Thankfully this time I am it. Thankfully I have a bit more of a thankfully I have a bit more of a coherent schedule this around.
Okay, get rid of that, get rid of that, or that, or that, or that. Okay. Yeah, the next one's will be completely new to me.
So lately we're glad to be back in the tradition in the days leading up to and slightly afterwards birthday. Going back over obscure corners of my childhood.
Okay.
As well as trying to mix in the kind of side series. We'll have to see how things pan out.
Yeah. I'm still kind of hungry. Like maybe after this, I'll cook up the remaining hot dogs I have left. Yeah, they're like the Oscar Mayer or cheesy dogs. Pretty good. They were also on sale, so you know.
And something reminded of a DVD series I used to watch. Whilst in school, whilst in school, host went quite overboard with the cheese, and even still had cheese from a whipped cream style can.
Yeah. Also, on a side note, this is like the first week for a while that I'm not having like a large bottle of Mountain Dew. I actually picked up 4 cases of diet soda because you know I'm trying to start switching over to sugar-free stuff. You know. Yeah, I had a Mountain Dew Zero Sugar Spark. Oh, Mountain Dew Spark Zero Sugar. Pretty good. Also picked up some Dr. Pepper, Wild Cherry Pepsi, and Cherry 7 Up. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, I just seem to have gotten used to diet stuff, you know? And who knows, maybe cutting down on the sugar will help, you know?
Let's see, with events rescheduling, that leaves only one Sunday that will have quite a bit added to it.
Yep. Did I leave my phone out there? Oops. Uh, I think I left my phone in the living room.
Let's see. Still looking forward to next week. In going back through other memories. We'll of course keep an eye on some other things as well. Nonetheless, stay safe, stay well, get vax, get boosted, pray, and hopefully we will see you next